Welcome to the Warriors and Wildmen podcast with Rich Whitmer and Doug Giles.
Hey, Doug Giles here, Warriors and Wildmen podcast. Rich, how to do?
What's up, everybody? What's going on?
Hey, we've been taking people on a little magic bus ride, from Westville to Mantown, and we've been thumping on the shorn little shrivel scrotum, the metrosexual males, who've yet to drop a pair, man, and move from that little pathetic place of the playpen where your helicopter mommy has you ensconced with a lot of soft animals and and a little antibacterial gel dispenser and Frappuccino, Rich. And we're trying to get them out of that and get them again on the mean streets, on the pathway. I'm talking about on the trail to Mantown.
Doug, did you make ramps and jump them with your bicycle when you were
Absolutely, man. And you know what? No helmet, no nothing to guard my old skinny, knotty, bony knees.
You never wrecked, did you?
Oh, please, brother.
You
see these four teeth right here? Those four teeth?
We built ramps
those
that were
fake.
insane in the membrane. Like, those things were so unsafe. I remember one time we had this huge, you build it high as you can, right?
Hell yeah.
Which makes no sense because then you launch straight up in the air in the street on
Get
your
her
bike.
done, man.
So we built this ramp, and my mom comes out and sees us building, me and all the kids in the neighborhood.
That ain't gonna work.
What the hell are you guys doing? And that's what my mom said. Sorry, Mom. She starts losing her mind, and we're like, what? She goes, you're not jumping that ramp. Take it down right now. So my friends are
Don't
mad.
yell at me, woman.
Yeah, so we're out there taking the ramp down, And then I look at my mom defiantly in the street, and I said, there's natural ramps, things that no one built, that you can never take down. And we're going to jump them. And my
To the
mom
Desert Brothers.
beat the hell out of me right in front of all of my friends. Right. But you're not gonna take the man out of us. God put that in us. We're jumping ramps, man.
Yeah. Now we had this dude, big dork named Bradley, used to live like a block over from us, and we're jumping nice ramps, some 4-footers, get a lot of air on that, and Bradley's like, I'll jump any ramp you can build me, man. It's like, all right, dumbass, here we go. So
Isn't
we
that
got
how Evel Knievel got started?
No, so check this out. Total hot rod scene, except he didn't have the panache of Andy Samberg's character. And so the base of our ramp was one of those red Flyer wagons.
Oh, that's bad.
It has wheels.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
So from the wagon, we started like stacking crap in it and boxes and whatever stuff we could find in the garage. And then we got this long-ass skinny board that, I don't know, man. It wasn't like a hard, rigid, like white oak plank. I think it was made out of like balsa wood or some crap like that.
Yeah, it's like some paneling for the wall.
And dude, it's not at a 45-degree angle. I'm saying it was probably tilting maybe 65, 70 degrees. And my dad, we're down like 4 houses on the other side of the street. My dad's like, boy, you better not do that. He's gonna break his mouth. and he's like, I'm going inside now. And so me and my brother Charles are sitting there like, all right, Bradley, here's the ramp. You said you could jump anything. So he decides, and I kid you not, man, he decides he's going to do this on his 10-speed. A 10-speed.
Because they're built for flight.
Yeah. And I don't know if you ever done this. Have you ever gotten too far where you actually lose speed before you hit the ramp? I mean, you got to get that perfect distance, So he's like way the hell down the block.
He's
I mean, you could. He's way down. He's too far out. He's like a quarter of a mile, and he's freaking tired. He hits that thing, and I don't know, because it did move a little bit, but he managed at his low diminishing rate of speed to somehow get up and over that fetid mess that we called a ramp, and man, he came straight down. I mean, it's just kind of like Evel Knievel Snake River, just whoosh up the ramp and then just straight down into the canyon. Except there was no canyon, there was no parachute for poor dumbass Bradley, and just bam, right into the cement, right on the sidewalk, and it was such a joy. It was such a pleasure. It's one of those things that that is on the Precious Moment figurine. It's just a simple blessing that God gives you, just to let you know He's there and He cares.
Yeah, that's right. Because you get that epiphany, which is, an epiphany is that flash of light, that brilliance, that moment. It also can be defined as a concussion, because that's when your brain slaps the inside of your brain case. You also see a flash of light.
Hey, you remember the guy that I can't remember what podcast we're talking about that got his ass beat by Dina when I threw him into the mix, and I did a good night, don't forget to tip your waitress, and I left that, and he got eaten up. We're at my buddy Chip's house, and I don't know if you guys did it, but we got to where we were jumping structure and all kinds of stuff. Finally, I don't know how we got onto this. Like, let's jump humans. So it's like, I'm liking where this is going.
That's usually the beginning of a really bad YouTube video.
This is great, So Chip was on his BMX bike. I think it's a little Huffy, one of those black ones, one of the first ones that ever came out, kind of morphed from the Schwinn and the Vistas with the banana seat to with a little short square seat. And it's got the handlebars. And you got it's kind of motocross looking stuff. And I think they cost like $90. And when you land hard on them coming off a high ramp, just bust the hell out of the frame. It's over. But they were cheap. So you buy like 10 of them a year or something like that. So anyway, so Chip gets back, and Chip's a good dude, knows how to ride. And he's like, all right, man, you'll lay down. So we put 10 guys, not end to end, but, side by side. Yeah. It's like, listen, if I'm going to do this shit, I'm getting right underneath the ramp. I'm going to be the first dude. Now, again, granted,
it has its dangers.
Doug the moron did lay down for this, but I put myself like, here's the big blocks, and then here's me. And so it's pretty much that, he would have to do something just so jacked that would put me in jeopardy.
And that's what makes life beautiful.
So Todd, the dude that got his ass kicked and totally humiliated, with his pants ripped down and his hair just being shredded like a wood chipper by Dina in that alley fight, glorious alley fight. He's the last dude. He's number 12. So Chip gets back, proper yardage, like 50 yards, up 60 like that, and just, here he comes. He freaking comes off that ramp. Remember it like it was yesterday. Lands right in Todd's mouth. Breaks his teeth.
No.
Breaks his freaking teeth, man. And I'm not talking about like knock him out and you're like, like some, toothless guy. Shattered his teeth in half. Just broke them. Like half, the top half, obviously, they stood in, but the rest gone. And he had a mouthful of blood and ivory, man. And it was one of the most epic things I'd ever seen in my life. I don't know how long it took for them to fix his teeth, but that poor kid. I don't even know what's going on in his life now, but he gets his ass whooped by a girl, gets his pants yanked down, then she shreds his hair and then just pummels him. And then the next thing you know, Chip lands his BMX bike in the dude's
teeth
mouth.
As a landing ramp.
Oh, it was bad. It was bad. How do we even get on this topic?
I just randomly brought up jumping ramps because it's man stuff. We're
but
talking
you know what?
About warriors and wild men. We're talking about jumping ramps.
And it's a perfect segue into our topic today. How many minutes we got left here on this? Okay, we got a little time.
Yeah.
It's a perfect segue into if you're not a hero, you're not a dude.
You're not a hero, you're a zero.
If you ain't first, man, you're last. Hey, again, I don't know how I can segue, but I just say Doug try, right? That's what dudes do.
Yeah.
Doug tried to do something with this. I was reading, you familiar with Pressfield, Gates of Fire?
Nope.
Great writer. I was reading his musings on warriors and warfare the other day, and I had a quote that struck me, kind of like Kourtney Kardashian punching Scott Disick when he wore the wrong scarf to "You're a Big Pussy" soiree. And here it is. Check this out, because Pressfield's famous for writing about the Spartans. He said the Spartans do not ask how many are the enemy, but where are they?
Oh yeah, that's good.
Dude, that's a mentality, Rich, that is absent from the modern or the postmodern male milieu faux show, man.
Absolutely.
Now, and that, my friend, as far as I'm concerned, is one of the big differences between a warrior and a wimp. Because a wussy, you see, he looks for this thing, Rich, called an excuse to run. Stuff like I/we don't have enough. But warriors looks for the opportunity to throttle the enemy.
Yeah, that's because they're more into self-preservation and excuses, than they are in doing the deal.
I like that. I like that meme with the what's the guy's name? The extra manly man, that we have in the book Pussification. He's got his fist up and stuff from the
bare knuckle boxer guy, the
1800s
European
guy.
bare knuckle boxer guy.
And it on top of it says surrounded ? And then on the bottom it says good. Then I can attack from any direction.
Yeah, that's a famous.
Yeah, the strange thing is nowadays, folks, in our aggravated state of pussification, one would call the inquiry of how many foes are arrayed against them. Check this out, Rich. I know you'll appreciate this one. As a wise calculator of the risk involved.
Oh, that's disgusting.
And whether or not they're able to contend with what they have at hand, or if they should retreat, when in reality, a lot of times when people put forth that kind of nonsense and that kind of blather, is that such questions are oftentimes nothing but cowardice masked in some kind of shrewd-sounding horse hockey that doesn't make one sound like a neutered quail.
Hey, that's exactly what happens with a lot of Christians. Something goes down, and they say, hey, I want to be...
There's the voice.
There's people. The voice. There it is. I want to turn the other cheek. Or, Jesus wouldn't do it like that. But what they're really saying is, I'm afraid, and so I'm choosing to run away because I don't have any courage. It's different when you have the ability to do something about it, and then you decide out of virtue, or you want to be Christ-like, or out of ethics, you're like, you know what? I'm going to hold back. This isn't something that I should do.
Right.
But when you're afraid, don't start talking to me about virtue. You don't have the balls to do it.
Yeah. Or it's like, oh, well, and to do something, that if that this is what needs to be done, and a lot of people's like, oh, well, we have to be shrewd and we have to, pray more. It's like, no, you just do it. There's nothing else to talk about or pray about. Now you're trying to convince yourself out of what needs to be done.
Yeah, that's
and it's just shrewd sound, and you're just fooling yourself.
That's how you live with yourself and being
a
girl.
I had this buddy that was afflicted with this kind of mindset from California, way smarter than me, and when it came to books and business. But you know what? He would always talk himself out of startups. He would always talk himself out of personal goals because he always viewed how insurmountable the obstacles were rather than how he could possibly tackle what he was after. And this attitude equated this brilliant book-smart buddy of mine being a stay-at-home dad instead of a alpha male Viking.
Yeah, absolutely, because it's actually a fear of failure. I'm afraid to fail. If I don't try, I can't fail. If I don't put in an effort, I don't fail. It's fear.
No, this again, I want to underscore that this guy was way more astute than my redneck dumbass. I mean, guy, insane book smarts. Two masters. I haven't kept up with him in a few years. Probably has a PhD now, and has an incredible way to hone in on the success of businesses, what it takes to do one. But he wouldn't even frickin' launch himself. Just do something, man.
Yeah.
Here I am like, man, you know what? I'm going to move to Miami and load up the family like frickin' Uncle Jed and get Jethro and Granny in the back of the truck and move from Bug Tussle to Beverly Hills. And then it's like, hey, man, I want to write a book. I flunked English when I was in high school and college. 2 bestsellers. Hey, man, I'm angry. I'm going to write a column. It has gone to the Washington Times, ABC News, USA Today, gone all over the world, wrote for townhall.com for 14 years, the top conservative news portal. I was a stupid, stinking C 2.1 average student, but you know what? I didn't let that kind of crap talk me out of something that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And to me, it's a shame, man. Do not talk yourself out. And if you think like, oh, well, it's not me and it's not what I have, man, God rejoices and looks for people who aren't and who have ridiculous things at their disposal so that he can upset and upbraid those smart asses who think that they've got everything figured out and wired.
Yeah, because then he gets the credit.
Exactly.
Yeah, it comes down to the point that sometimes you just have to pull the trigger. You got to get it on. You got to go for it.
So here's the bottom line, folks. If anything's worth doing, it's going to be fraught with this thing called sick hurdles. Can you say sick hurdles? And that's life, little dinky. And the sooner you take on the warrior mindset, the quicker you're going to be talking about great victories. So from now on, talk yourself into the battle instead of how you can get out of the battle. And Rich, I got to tell the story, buddy.
Tell the story.
And I know you are the story king, man. And that's why it's entertaining. Rich can keep you up till like 5:30 in the morning. The other night we were up and doing a lot of recording with Zeke, our brother, our producer, and we're blazing, smoking cigars, having drinks, eating steak, just pounding our chest, scratching our balls, farting, all kinds of good stuff. And we were going way into the night, and we were standing there like zombies in your kitchen. I was like, I gotta go to bed. I can't handle another one. But you had a litany of it. We probably didn't even scratch the surface, man. But here's the story. One day my buddy and I pulled up to a store for a beer run. We're in Miami, Aventura, Northeast Dade County. We were just minding our own business. We saw this dude, Rich, that was being chased by several employees. He comes hauling ass out of the Publix supermarket that we were about to go into, and I didn't have any idea really what was going down. But as two squad cars came squealing in the parking lot, I quickly put it together, did some math, and deduced a robbery had just occurred. Now check this out. I saw the culprit. Everybody's like running out, and we're parked over to the side of the parking lot, and like, where to go? And I mean, just, Keystone Cop type stuff. And I saw where he went, and I was like, he went down that side street, kind of in this outdoor mall, shopping area, beautiful place. Cops didn't see it. The employees didn't see it. So I bolted out of the car and whistled at the cops like, he's over there, Ben. And me and this one cop start chasing the bandit. Now we're like, and you know how how you play cops and robbers as a kid? I don't know if they play that anymore. I'm sure Helicopter Mommy doesn't want them to have those kind of violent activities. But we'd always do it, and you'd like run like sideways on the side of the house, with your gun. And
yeah.
You like kind of running sideways so nobody sees you. And the cop's running. He's got his gun drawn. I'm like, yeah. And he's running down one side of the wall. I'm running down the other side of the wall. The guy's in the middle, and he's hauling ass. And he's starting to slow down. He thinks that nobody's behind him. But we're on him like stink on a monkey. And I tell the cop, I point to him right there, and, we're moving this way, moving that way. And we rush him, and bam! He's on the ground. Cops got him zip-tied and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah! How you like me now? My buddy, who was in the car with me, he's like, dude, why the hell did you do that? Like, I don't know. I have no idea. But you know what? I told Mary Margaret about it. I talked about it on my radio show in Miami. And she said, you're my hero.
Dude, that's awesome.
And you know what? Hot sex that night. Hot sex. Hello.
That's awesome.
When's the last time your wife, dear listener, called you a hero? Zeke, please cue crickets chirping now, would you please?
I can't make good sound effects, or I would have done it. I just do weird voices, and they all sound the same.
Yeah, I can do a horse, I can't do crickets.
That kind of sound like a duck.
Or you could do instead of crickets, maybe like snoring noise,
That I got.
Yeah. Yeah, hero. Just for those who've forgotten, it's from dictionary.com. It's a noun. Plural is heroes. And it's a person noted for courageous acts or nobility of character. An example would be he became a local hero when he saved the drowning child. Also, it's a person in the opinion of others who has special achievements, abilities, or personal qualities and is regarded as a role model or an ideal. You've been listening to Warriors and Wild Men with Rich Whitmer and Doug Giles.
Thank you for listening to Warriors and Wildmen with our hosts Rich Whitmer and Doug Giles. For more 411, subscribe to our podcast. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Also, check out our website at warriorsandwildmen.com. Now, go forth and kick some ass.